definitely for, yes, I would say a female, looking for her male soulmate, just to clarify on that one. And this, and you are, you, if you are very good at driving, be it standing in your masculine energy and driving success, um, pouring your heart and soul into it. And I really feel what I'm picking up here is that this really recently divorced, and this second one, we're going through it, and I've picked up on farmland, particularly a scarecrow, like an actual scarecrow, in the middle of a field of farmland, maybe selling due to some sort of, I don't know, not bankruptcy, but it feels like that. Maybe there was struggles around it, but you did really well with it, and now you have to consider taking a gamble, where you might actually lose a significant amount of money, or you're going to lose, if you don't want that, you're then sacrificing your time and how long it takes to settle down, and just go at rebuilding some security around you and rebuilding a plan in your mind of what your future now looks like. Now it's changed, and you know, you have all this longing and hope, and I feel like you've been really in your head, really, really in your head about why you've kind of done everything that you wanted to, in a sense, and now you realise that it's quite exhausting not having that person, and you can't help but think about the person in the past and wondering what could have been, or just why are they on your mind so much? Why does it, deep down, you know, it has an effect on your marriages and you building your future. When I look into the future, on the future cards, which also is really important, future is like water. Okay, we can look into it. There's a trillion different paths, and you or somebody else can do something different, and it changes. But what I do see is that you as, there's a Queen of Pentacles here in the future with the Hermit energy. Pretty card to show you. It's got like a very Alice in Wonderland vibe. And she's standing on her pentacle, and she's got one behind her like the sun. Because this is a representation of what you're good at as well. Extending your queen energy of building your foundations. And you're good at this, you've mastered this. And also you do it in ways that are really unique and obscure. And it is yours, it's your right to claim that, to be like, yeah, that's who I am. And that is in your future still, but you know that, because you know you're good at that. That you've got this Hermit energy in the future as well. But I think this is more about what you're projecting into the future. I don't actually think that this means that you're going to go into a hermit phase, or you're going to isolate yourself, or it's going to be a long time before you put yourself back out there. No, I think this is a projection that is exactly how it's going to be. Like, you're going to just have the same. You've achieved everything you can that's within your control, and you see yourself spending the rest of your life alone. But it's not true. It's not true. I believe, and as I said, it can change, but that mindset also is conflicting with you feeling brave enough to put yourself out there to reconnect with this person, to take a gamble. And yet we've got a gamble here. When I roll the dice, I've got 2 + 4 + 6, and take it as you will. That could mean something to you, and also obviously doubts, because, you know, second marriage and everything. But you know what they say, third time's a charm. So I reckon if you're having dreams about this person, or strange dreams about the past, or little things are coming up about a little seaside adventure, or you've been meaning to go back there, then you should. You definitely should. And maybe branch out into the things that are risky and daring. Because what do you have to lose? You got this. You got all of the foundational stuff nailed down. You've proved that twice in your marriages, and you've made success. And yet you're probably gonna lose a bit of money here and there, maybe with selling of the property, splitting assets, and things like that. And it's the end of a chapter, but you didn't lose anything. We can't just, you let all the positives of great experiences and having lived in the moments in the past just be put on the shelf because it didn't work out. Don't discredit or devalue what you have with people and what life gives you. When forgive yourself for enjoying yourself, and enjoying those parts of life, but they don't suddenly become worthless because then it's not going to carry on that way in the future, and it didn't live up to certain expectations. Doing that makes it kind of, takes all of the hope out of things. We should hope, because we do get to experience brilliant stuff, and that's what life is. At the end of it all, we look back and we have a big old tally of all the things we experienced. And with this, I think if you are craving in your soul, in your stomach, to know if there was any of chance for this person, and wondering who they grew up to be, then follow it. Follow the mystery. Follow the breadcrumbs of strange and wonderful things. And to reinforce that, the cards that I got, ironically, were the Fool crossed, taking a leap, taking a chance, being all jolly and whimsical. It is crossed though. You could do it, or you might not. You might bottle it. You might go there. Maybe this is another thing. You feel that the time's right and not quite, doesn't work out. But then life will surprise you, because if you're meant to meet each other, you will meet each other. But going back there's a chance, and that is a little bit within your control. You've been given a little tidbit of control there, a choice on whether you go back to a place where you think you might bump into this person. So, the Fool card, and then we have the Sun. Oh, doing his little the Sun card, and then we have the Eight of Cups, which is making decisions and taking actions. And 3 cards can even sum it up even better than that. They are saying go for it. Go for it. Especially if you've been married twice, and especially if you've kind of seen what you can do, and you've done a couple of things over and over time, and you still get good results. You now need to try and be spontaneous to something different. And this, I think, guarantees that it's going to work out in some shape or form. Not guarantees. Unfortunately, I'm not a genie, but I wish I was. And then we have the Heart card in reverse, which again sums it all up. Heartbreak. There's 3 swords in here though, and as I said, 3 times a charm. Now the other things I'm going to run through are these random channel bits and pieces, just to help paint a picture of who this is for, because it will if you see it. be for somebody specific, or a few people who are going through maybe mirrored sort of life paths. And so we've got our scarecrow, as I said, and we've got some colours, which is mauve, red and orange. Mauve, I don't know which way to say it, which was really prominent yesterday, especially with the orange as well. And we've got red. Red this year has been pretty prominent colour, and it's a colour of action and passion. So get your action and your passion together and go have some. Anyway, and in other planets we've got Mars and the star constellation Scorpius, which just really seem to be a big thing. So wherever you are, if you've got the star constellation up, have a look and see where it is that it lands near your region, or wherever you live, whatever country you're at, because it's quite a prominent thing yesterday. And Scorpio itself is about passion. They're passionate people. They're also passionate people. But they've also got, you know, kind of a bit of both. They're grounded and they're emotional. Maybe this is your guy, or maybe this is you, or maybe this is just an archetype of the sort of person, embodiment that you need to be. You know, a go-getter, but it's also a little light-hearted, a little fun, and maybe, yeah, a sign to you need a little fun in your life, maybe, especially if you've been going through all of this difficulty, this, you know, separation, and really big stuff that really would get you down and get you in your head. But it's not saying to rush it. You never should rush it. You do things when it feels right, when you get the niggle. When the niggle can't be ignored anymore. But there we go. I'm going to leave it there, guys, and I'm going to put up some information, tags. I'm going to tag all the things that were relevant, the times and everything. I'm just thinking if anything else sticks out at me that I felt like I really need to say. Yeah, I did actually. I was trying to write the dates down, which is the 22nd of July or June, and I accidentally wrote Junely. So I don't know if Junely or Junely means something to somebody, but it felt like a purposeful mistake. And it came with the idea of roller coasters. So again, maybe this is a similar name to that person, or it's similar for something for you. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, guys. And I am going to try to continue to take my own leap of faith and continue doing this, because it does bring me happiness and it is a bit scary. And I hope to make them a little bit shorter and get a little bit more less wishy-washy on them. But for whoever this is for, this is a message really of try something different. Add a little bit more spice to your life. So you've tried a few other things, and don't ignore those niggling vibes. And you quite literally have nothing to lose and nothing to prove to anyone. So just do what might bring joy and happiness into your life, because it's your shoes at the end of the day that you're walking in. It's no one else's. No one else can do it, and you wouldn't want to walk out other people's shoes anyway, because you're you. That's where you're supposed to be. So get your shoes on and go get them. Alright, lovelies, I will speak to you soon. Thanks for watching my videos and everything, and stay posted. Mwah.